Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the charts for Zilliqa, see what's been going on most recently and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now if you have not yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find on down there, so why not go ahead and check it out today. Okay guys, let's get right on into this, right? So Zilliqa paired up with USDT and the hourly chart, and Binance is the data source. Now we do have to make a couple of adjustments. This fourth wave has come down a little bit lower than we were last expecting it to, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this down into this range here. Now we want to do a couple of sense checks here, right? Because this fourth wave is not allowed to cross wave one. Now I can see that it isn't, but we'll just do a check to make sure, right? The low here is 5408 and the high on these two candles here is 53, and this one here is also 5356. Okay, so we know that that's fine. That marks our fourth wave correction right on here, and that means that we can start tracking a fifth wave up. Now where does that fifth wave go? Well, we can take our third wave high and our fourth wave low, and here we can go ahead and we can measure out this distance right on here. Okay, so if we go ahead and take this, we can see here it's going to be ranging. This high point is going to be between 6.5 exactly. Okay, so we'll just lower that to 6.5 exactly, and then on the higher end of the spectrum here we have basically 6881. Okay, so that's kind of the range that we're looking at. Anywhere between there could be our kind of fifth wave high before we talk about collapse going down. Okay, so I'm going to leave the fourth wave where it is on this larger macro, but just be aware that that's where we are looking. Okay, now taking a look at this, it's ending in a 5-wave move going up. Basically makes the entire thing a 335 structure. So basically we'd have this as a giant A wave. This is our B wave. This is our C wave. Okay, makes sense. Pretty standard stuff, and yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at, 335, which is looking pretty good. Okay, cool. With that be done, we'll just remove that. We can kind of get a good idea as to what this means. This also means that we should hopefully be lower than this this fifth wave, right, which comes in at 7.098. Okay, so if we were to go higher than 7.098, that essentially would invalidate the fifth wave low. Okay, so knowing that we are likely to stay just below that means that that fifth wave is still likely. Okay, now the fifth wave down here currently projected at that high point of 6531, okay, or 32, just on this line here, is indicating 2.953 to 3.562. Now, invalidation of a macro move up would come in at 3.317. I've spoken about this a few times, and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. But essentially, we've got really good structure on Zilliqa, okay? And if we were to come down lower than 3.317, it would invalidate that structure that's really good on the daily. So in order for us to kind of make sure that we are looking really, really good and poised for some fantastic gains in the future, we want to make sure that we do not go down lower than 3.317 right now, because it would change the outlook of what Zilliqa could do in the future. Okay, and so we'll keep that in the back of our heads. So it's possible that we just stay on the higher end of the spectrum at 3.562, but if we were to talk about 2.953, although a fantastic buying opportunity, would have negative effects longer term. Okay, so staying above 3.317 is going to be absolutely key for Zilliqa. Okay, so knowing that we have the higher end spectrum here, we obviously know that we want to make sure that this is kind of our target zone between 6.5 and 6.8. Obviously staying below 7 cent means that we're likely to see this fantastic buying opportunity down here. If we were to go down lower than 3.317, that's a problem. Okay, so keep that in the back of our heads. Now, if we come up into our daily, what was I talking about? Well, I was talking about this really good structure, right? We had a 5-wave move just up here, okay, and it was really impulsive. It was a 5-3-5-3-5 structure, a perfect impulsive structure going up. And what's interesting about this is that it has to be where this actually is right here has to be the start of a position. Okay, so it's basically two different patterns that it could be, right? It's narrowed it right the way down. So we've either got the worst case scenario, okay, which we would still want to kind of stay above 3.317 to be fair, but the worst case scenario is a 5, 3, 5 structure, basically meaning that we'll end somewhere around the 60 to 70 cent range. Okay. Alternatively, what you've got is a 5 3 5 3 5 structure, which basically is mimicking what we saw over here, except that was just one of the waves. Okay, so all of that move from the low area of 3.317 all the way up to the almost new all-time highs, up at 23 cent, I think it was. Let me just check. 23.07. Okay, all of that entire move there is basically just wave 5. Okay, this is our wave 3 correction. Okay, that being that section there. And what I want to see by keeping above 3.317 is this becomes a wave 3, right? This wave 3 up here and towards $1 basically becomes that 5 wave section in the middle. Then that 4th wave right there is our next 3 wave move. And then finally, this 5 wave move right at the top here is essentially that last 5 waves right there. So a 5-3-5-3-5 structure is exactly what we want it to be, okay, because that gives us the best outlook long term. Okay, however, it's possible that it's a 5-3-5, which is just a corrective pattern, meaning that we're more likely just end about here, and that's it, done. Okay, it goes no further than that. It would then start to see a massive decline. So we want to make sure that we stay above 3.317, because that allows us to have this really nice structure going up higher, where we could estimate a move up towards $3.78, which would be absolutely insane. So just keep these things in the back of our heads, because we are getting very, very close to pulling back down, and we want to make sure that we are in the right zone. We don't want to go and lose this low level, because wave 2 is never allowed to go down lower than 100% of wave 1. So we would know it would not be an impulsive structure if this is the case. Okay, so we want to make sure that we don't have that go down, retracing more than 100% of wave 1. Okay, so that's kind of Zilliqa. I'm not going to go on anymore. Essentially, we've got our targets on our lower time frames. We have an idea of the macro. So if you found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I will catch you all in the next one.